What's up? This is Ben from WODprep. I'm here with Coach CJ of the Movement Doctor, and also he's a WODprep coach. So today we're going to talk about a really important concept a lot of people ask me about. Ben, what's preventing me from snatching more weight? We're specifically talking about the lockout. A lot of people, CJ, you can probably agree, the thing that's holding you back from sticking a landing on a really heavy snatch is because your shoulders are in terrible position. You might catch it with your arms bent, and to be honest, I wouldn't want to catch a heavy snatch if my shoulders were in bad position or my arms were bent. So we're going to teach you how to fix that today. But really quick, if you want the ultimate guide to shoulder mobility, that's what we're calling it, go to WODprep.com/shoulders and you can download a completely free shoulder performance guide.
So first, what we're going to talk about is the common mistake, what it looks like. Okay, so Ben's going to take the bar over his head, he's going to snatch, he's going to catch, okay? So we've got this like internal rotation, meaning the shoulders are kind of dipped forward and the elbows are bent. Okay, and that's really how a lot of people first snatch and they catch the bar. So Ben's going to stand up nice and tall now. He starts to unravel his shoulders. As you notice, his armpits are now pointing forward. The crease of his elbow is now pointing up. His wrists are now extended where before they were kind of neutral and forward. So they're extended back.
Let's talk about that really quick. I can't tell you how many people assume that you need to catch the bar like this.
Right.
Does everybody see my hands? Everybody assumes that you need to catch the bar like this. This is actually a better position for you.
Right. We want to be bone on bone. Extension, extension, full flexion. He's supported down through his hip and through his feet. The bar is just slightly behind his head. Okay, and that's the most important key when we start. We don't want to be back here because that's going to naturally internally rotate the shoulders and dump them forward. Okay, so we're going to bring the bar back over. And as you see, his shoulders kind of unravel, and he gets this armpit forward, elbow crease to the sky kind of position. Okay? Good. Thanks, Ben. Can you put that down?
So how do we do that? Like, how do we, it's one thing to say, hey, I want you to get into this position, but how do we actually train that position?
My number one favorite is, and you need a partner or you need a mirror, right? And it's we call mirror therapy in the rehab world, or just a therapist or a coach working with someone, putting them in the right position and feeling it over and over and over again. That's the number one, okay?
So now, that means like, all right, if there was a mirror here, I'd be doing it in front of the mirror, looking at it.
Staring in front of the mirror, so as we're staring at this camera, right, and we're just here, boom, and you're just looking at it. You start here and you just kind of feel it out, right? That's the best way to learn. Now, if that's not an option, that's okay. We want to get stronger overhead because a lot of the reason we get like this is what's called a soft elbow in the catch, right? Not a ton of extension, the ability to snap and hold. So a lot of that has to do with tricep strength, elbow extension, comfort, and overhead positioning. So my number one favorite for just getting better holding things overhead is the single arm kettlebell overhead carry.
Okay. What do I do?
So Ben's going to put the kettlebell over his head. All right. So as you can see, we're going to step behind him here. All right. His elbow's locked. His thumb is back, facing the back wall. Okay. And he's straight. He's not leaned over. Right. The Turkish get-ups there are windmills. He's got his armpits are forward. All right. And he's stacked. His ribs are down. And I mean, he's just in a good overhead position. The arm is close to the ear. And he's just stacked over wrist, over elbow, over shoulder, over hip, over foot.
And one thing I'm not doing, a lot of people talk about like active shoulders in CrossFit, which is kind of like it's an iffy term. You shouldn't be lifting your shoulder into your ear, right? Because then now I'm supporting it with my musculature rather than my bone structure.
Yeah, right.
Think about shoulder should be not relaxed. What would you say? It's bone on bone.
Neutral. It's just neutral and stacked. So, and then the other common mistake that we see is they say set your shoulders down and back. And then this alters what we call scapulothoracic rhythm, meaning just how the scapula is moving. So we don't want to do that either. Good, you go ahead and put it down there. Thanks. All right, so that's the number one, right? And then once you get comfortable with that, you can start walking down and back, and then you can go to 2 kettlebells.
Okay, so I'm just holding this overhead. Give me like an example workout per se.
It's pretty much in all of my athletes' warm-ups, 3 times 30 seconds each arm. And then once they get comfortable, I can see they reach the position well, then they start walking 3 times 100 feet each arm.
Literally picking it up,
hold,
getting in good position, making sure my core's tight, and just holding it for 30 seconds?
Hold 30 seconds, yep.
And then walking around. I know we've demonstrated this before, but once they're comfortable with it, you can start adding literally just walking, zigzagging, turning, and that's going to, I knew it was there. That's what's gonna help you with that like reactive stability
Yep.
kind of stuff. Cool.
Yep, exactly. So once we get comfortable there, then we can add two kettlebells is my next progression, and then because we want to get comfortable with our hands wide in the snatch. Okay, so we can't hold kettlebells in the snatch position; it's not very safe. So we're gonna walk with the bar. Same concept. We're gonna put the bar overhead. Okay, so he's gonna get in a good position. Again, extension, extension, armpits forward, and he's gonna hold here 30 seconds to a minute. We can start to add load, add weight, and then he can start to walk as well. Good. Off the camera, comes back. There he is. Good. Good. Thanks, Ben. So with that, we're teaching the overhead position. We're teaching the comfort and extending the elbows, getting the shoulders in the position they need to be. So then when we actually catch the bar, we've trained that movement pattern already.
Yeah, and it's really important that when we're snatching, the snatch is a very dynamic movement. All of these overhead things, the bar is moving, right? You're not gonna just be able to sit there and stretch it out, right? So whenever we're doing these walks, these holds, it helps us train actually receiving the bar and being able to get into that locked out position and be able to deal with a little bit of instability, right?
Yep.
Sweet. Yeah, so guys, I hope that this video helped. There's several different drills and variations that hopefully you gleaned from this video that will help increase your shoulder performance. If you have any more questions, please leave a comment below and we'll try to get another video made for you. But really quick, if you had to pinpoint one thing that's preventing you from snatching more weight, what would it be? Leave that in the comment below. It could hopefully be fixed by this video, or it might be something completely different. Just let us know. What is the one thing that you think is preventing you from snatching more weight? Spoiler alert, it's probably not strength, right? It's probably not strength. Thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't. Don't forget, we have a completely free training guide at WODprep.com/shoulders so that you can help improve your shoulder performance, and we will see you next week.